Okay, so the next rig we're going to talk about is the drop shot rig. Drop shot rig is basically where the weight is on the bottom. So the weight is here and the hook is up here. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and rig this worm on here. So when I'm using a worm, how I rig this is a little bit differently than most. I'm using a kind of a small circle hook here. See, I use this little red hook. And what I'm doing is basically taking that worm, I'm sticking that point in the tip of the worm, and then I'm coming out, not the bottom part, the flat part, but the top, like that. When that line's tight, this is my line to my fishing rod, and this is, the line down to the weight. That worm's gonna float out to the side of that horizontal in the water column. So this is great just because it keeps your bait off the bottom. A lot of times fish will suspend off the bottom, they won't be right on the bottom, so this gives you opportunity to adjust your leader length where your weight is to get that bait in the fish's face. It also helps, I like it a lot for ponds. If you have, a lot of ponds have that, that grass that dies over the years and it falls down to the bottom, creating that mucky, gross bottom. You don't want to get your hook, your bait down in there because it just gets lost, the fish aren't in it. So this allows you to kind of let that weight sit down on the bottom, keep that bait above that grass, that bottom, where those fish can find it. There's a couple different weights you can use. This is a drop shot weight. It's actually made for this technique. This is just kind of a long, slender weight. And why it's a drop shot weight is you can slide your line through this little hole, and then you actually just pull it, and it locks that line in there. It holds it for you. But there also is a weight similar to this, where you can tie it on there. Like I said, and that worm sits up above, and it can hover off to the side. But it doesn't have to be a worm. You can use, you can make this any type of bait, whatever you think works. You can even do more of a power type of drop shot where you put a creature style bait that's Texas rig, and that weight still is falling down in that grass or bottom, and you're dragging that bait across that top of that grass. So it's kind of working through. There's just a lot of ways you can fish it.